Listen closely. What I'm about to tell you is not just a theory, it's exactly what professional investigators use when they're paid thousands of dollars to uncover the truth. And if you think your wife is too smart to leave clues, you're dead wrong. She's already leaving them behind every single day, and I'd bet money she's using at least three of these five techniques right now to cover her tracks. If you don't want to be the last person in your own marriage to figure out what's going on, watch until the end. And if you want more insider knowledge like this, smash that like button and hit subscribe right now. Drop your city in the comments. I want to see how many men around the world are finally waking up. Now, let me tell you something most women would never admit. I've personally helped girlfriends hide affairs. I know how they think. And now, I'm showing you the exact investigative methods that expose them. These are the same strategies private investigators charge $200 an hour to run. And the reason they work? Because people who cheat follow predictable patterns, patterns they don't even realize they're repeating. Let's break them down one by one. Technique number one, digital trail mapping. Every single smartphone is a tracking device, whether she realizes it or not. And professional investigators know exactly how to pull those breadcrumbs together. Google Maps history logs every stop her phone makes. Apple devices keep hidden significant location data. Social apps record when she's active, even if you can't see the messages themselves. And the photos she posts? They carry metadata, GPS coordinates, timestamps, and even the type of phone camera used. I once reviewed a case where a woman swore up and down that she was spending her afternoons at yoga class. But her Google Maps history showed weekly visits to the exact same boutique hotel every Tuesday at 2:07 p.m. She would stay until exactly 3:58 p.m., then head home. The pattern repeated for months. Her husband had no clue until the data laid it out in black and white. Want to check this yourself? Open her Google Maps timeline view. Look for unexplained gaps where location data suddenly goes missing, or repeated visits to the same address at the same time each week. If you see the same location pop up again and again, it's not coincidence. But here's the thing. Most cheaters eventually catch on that their digital footprint is giving them away, and that's when they switch to the second pattern. Technique number two, communication behavior analysis. When she starts getting cautious about her location trail, she shifts into hiding in plain sight. That's when communication patterns become the biggest giveaway. Private investigators don't just look at the content of messages. They look at timing, frequency, and behavioral shifts. Is there a new number that suddenly shows up every single day? Are there gaps in messaging during certain time windows, followed by long floods of texts later? Does she read and respond instantly to some contacts while leaving you on read for hours? Professionals even analyze subtle signs like the appearance and disappearance of typing bubbles, or when her last seen on WhatsApp changes suddenly. One case I'll never forget. Every Tuesday and Thursday afternoon, a man's text to his wife went unanswered between 1 and 4 p.m. Then, at 4:30 sharp, she'd have bursts of messaging activity that lasted for hours. That exact time gap lined up perfectly with her affair meetups. The data told the story, even when she didn't. If your wife's texting rhythm suddenly changes, or if she suddenly starts using disappearing message apps like Signal or Telegram, that's not random, that's intentional. Technique number three, vehicle surveillance. Your car doesn't lie, and investigators love using vehicles to nail down the truth because, unlike phones, cars don't have delete history buttons. Here's how professionals do it. They note the odometer reading before and after a trip, then compare mileage against the claimed destination. They analyze gas receipts, parking stubs, toll records, and even oil change mileage logs. When it's legal, they install GPS trackers that show exact routes and stops. One investigation exposed a woman who claimed she drove 10 miles each Saturday to visit her cousin. But her odometer showed she'd driven 80 miles every single weekend. GPS later proved she was driving to a hotel 40 miles away, staying for several hours, then heading home. Her own vehicle betrayed her. Here's a tip you can use tonight. Check mileage before and after trips. Compare it to where she said she was going. If the numbers don't add up, neither does her story. And here's why this matters so much. The car not only shows where she's been, it shows how consistent the lie really is. Patterns in mileage expose the real truth faster than any text message ever could. Technique number four, social media cross-checking. In today's world, social media is one of the biggest snitches. People think they're careful, but investigators know that tiny details slip through constantly. PIs look at the backgrounds of photos. A restaurant sign, a hotel mirror, even a reflection in a window can give everything away. They cross-check timestamps to see if her story matches the digital evidence. They even run reverse image searches to see if other people at the same event posted photos that accidentally reveal her presence. I remember reviewing a case where a man claimed he was traveling alone. He posted selfies from a hotel, but a faint reflection in the mirror behind him showed a second toothbrush and part of a woman's body. Cross-referencing Instagram showed another guest posting from the same room on the same night. One careless photo exposed months of lies. If you suspect her, screenshot everything, save posts with dates and times. Study the backgrounds, not just the main subject. The truth almost always hides in the details. And remember, if she suddenly becomes overly protective of her phone when scrolling through social apps, it's because she knows one slip could expose everything. Technique number 5, financial pattern recognition. This one is my personal favorite because it's nearly impossible to erase completely. Money leaves a fingerprint that almost no one thinks to cover up. PIs analyze credit card and bank statements for unusual spending patterns. Dinners for two when she claims she's eating alone. Hotel charges that don't match your trips together. Gas receipts from locations far out of the way. Repeated cash withdrawals that suddenly appear out of nowhere. I once saw a case where a woman's bank statement showed identical charges at the same restaurant, on the same day of the month, for 8 straight months. Always dinner for two. Always when she claimed she was working late. That pattern proved not only that she was cheating, but exactly how long the affair had been happening. If you want the truth, go line by line on those statements. Look for recurring charges. Look for ATM withdrawals at odd times or in unfamiliar neighborhoods, and pay attention to subscriptions. Dating apps and secret messaging apps often show up disguised as innocent-sounding services. The money never lies. The cold, hard truth. Now let me tie this all together for you. Every single one of these techniques works because human beings are predictable when we lie. Digital trails reveal repeated habits. Communication rhythms expose hidden priorities. Vehicles reveal the real distance between her story and reality. Social media reveals careless mistakes. Money reveals the exact timeline of betrayal. The human brain isn't built to juggle complicated lies forever. Eventually, patterns emerge, and those patterns are exactly what professional investigators, and now you, can use to uncover the truth. So here's the bottom line. If your gut is screaming that something is off, you're not paranoid. You're picking up on real signals. Tomorrow's video, I'll reveal the 3 hidden apps that 95% of cheating spouses use to coordinate affairs. Apps disguised as calculators, note apps, even calendar tools. Once you know what they look like, you'll never see her phone the same way again. Remember, hiring a private investigator could cost you thousands of dollars. But these techniques, they're already available to you. You just need to know where to look. If this opens your eyes, smash that like button right now. Subscribe so you don't miss the next Insider Breakdown. And share your own story in the comments below. Other men need to know what you've discovered, because silence only helps the deceivers. And don't forget to drop your city. I want to see exactly where in the world men are waking up to the truth. See you in the next video.